Hi peeps, welcome to JP Bashed. So I thought I'd do a quick video. I've got a few goodies come through today. You probably see right there. The PP SRV1 perfect pass servo. I've already got one of these bad boys in my MT8 EXB. It's 56 kilogram servo. I do high voltage. It's, in my opinion, the best servo on the market. I got a good deal on that. I got 25% off, which was nice. And then for about 60 quid, I got the rest of these bits and bobs. So we've got the 10FG with a Dumbo RC transmitter. So this is a nice little receiver, and this has got the capability on it to plug your LED lights in. So I was thinking I might put this onto my DR8, and then put the gyro from the DR8 onto the MT8, and then I'll have a spare gyro. So basically for 60 quid we got that gyro. I then got 3 of these metal cased Rocket RC fans. I got 1 silver for my MT8 EXB. I got this gold one for my MT8 speedrunner, and then I've just got this one really as a spare. I might whack it on the DR8. I might whack it on the Typhon, not sure. And we also got, because the DR8 servo doesn't really seem to be performing at the minute, I don't know if it's broken or it's just not doing very well, I bought this EcoBoost servo, which will do I think it's 35 kg. Can't really remember, to be honest with you, but again it'll do the higher voltage. It goes up to 7.2 I think, but not all the way up. Yeah, and quickly going back to this, so you've got the voltage on this is basically saying 6 volts or 7.4, and its response time is 0.14 seconds on 6 volts and 0.11 seconds on 7.4, and on 6 volts it's 27.8 kilograms I think, and on 7.4 volts it's 35.6 kilograms. So for what it is and the price, you know, you can't go wrong. It's got to be worth a go for sure. Anyway, we'll put it in, we'll try it out. I'm going to put it on the DR8. It's way bigger than the one that comes on the DR8. I think that's about an 18 kilogram one. So hopefully this will beef it up a bit and give it a bit more longevity. Right, anyway, let's go and fit some of this stuff. So as some of you may know, I started speedrunning the MT8. And currently, as far as I'm aware, hold the world record for the fastest MT8, and there it is. And recently I managed to get my hands on these Louise MT uphill speed tyres. They're low profiles, they're belted, they've got gold bolts that hold the hub on, and they are freaking huge. Now these are a lot bigger than what I set the world record on, which are some Jetco Supersonics, which I think are fantastic wheels. Now you can just about use the Jetcos. It's still really tough getting the power down with this because it just wants to wheelie. So I'm a little bit concerned that when I actually try and do a speed run with these, it's just going to wheelie like crazy. However, the size of these wheels, it should make an absolute massive difference, massive increase on the speed front. So I think with probably the setup that I've got in the car at the minute, that's looking like an 80-mile-an-hour truck, and I haven't finished. I can gear up even more, and I bet I could get this thing close to 100 miles an hour. And a lot of people are probably thinking, why the hell would you want to do that? Well, my answer to that question is, why the hell not? It's a monster truck. It's more of a challenge. I think it's more fun. you know, purpose-built speed vehicles, well, they're made for speed, they're designed for speed. It's easy to get a record because that's what they do. But this, it's not meant for speed. Well, it wasn't, but it is now. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to fit, first of all, on this rocket fan on the ESC, just to help keep the ESC a little bit cooler when we're doing them speed runs. So without further ado, let's have it. Right, so appears we had some video issues and you missed me taking the cover off the shell, and you missed me unscrewing the ESC cover and taking this off, so the video is a bit toast really. But yeah, let's start again. This is a Rival MT8 speedrunner. Shell off. Today we're going to replace the ESC fan, which I've already fitted, which is an absolute pig to do, by the way. I'll explain that in a minute. So to remove that, we use this little Phillips screwdriver. There's 4 screws in the top of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We undid them. We loosened these wires off to the motor. We unplugged the fan connection from the ESC. We gently took that off. The fan falls out. We checked that the fan blades, which way they were. We put the new one in the same way up. Now, to put this in here, it is actually really tight. So, the trick to do this, if you're going to do it on a hobby wing or something similar, I suppose this would be like a DR8 or an MT8. They've got the same thing, just different brandings on them. The best way to fit this is one side is flat, and one side here you have to get the fan to sit into it. So I pushed it down these 2 corners in that way, and then forced this back end down and in, and it looks like it's gone in okay. So that's where we've got to, and we are now going to fit this cover back on, hopefully, and put the screws back in. Just check we're not trapping any wires. That's looking good. Would help if we got the right screwdriver. It's just bit in. That's actually quite close to biting. So are the ones that they give you any longer? No is the answer. So yeah, it's quite tight getting that in there, I'm not going to lie, but it does fit. So one of the guys on the Facebook DR8 group recommended that these just went in, and I thought great. Well, I've got the Surpass fans already, so I thought why not, let's put one on the ESC. It'll keep the car extra cool, I'll keep the ESC extra cool. Wire's not trapped. Let's make sure that's tightened up relatively nice. Seems to be in there okay. It's maybe not sitting down as much as I would like it on this side. I don't think you're gonna get it to actually go in anymore, to be quite honest. But it's in enough, I think. These wires aren't trapped, those wires aren't trapped. Everything's looking good. So I guess the only thing to do now really is to plug it in. This lead's a little bit long, that's the only thing I will say. However, we can just tuck that out the way, down the back of the battery compartment there. And we just need to plug this in negative will be on the left. The only problem with this is I don't know which one negative is. I don't know which one positive is. So I'm going to guess that it goes in that way. It is a smaller plug. However, in theory, it should just push onto the 2 pins there, which it has done. That cabling can just be tucked down there. This is only a speedrunner anyway, so it's not like it's going to be flying out. I might put a bit of tape or something around that, or a cable tie or something if I was going to do it for bashing. Yeah, that'll do there. And I've got a bit of a dodgy battery here, but it should still have a bit of life in it, enough to be able to turn the ESC on. So I wouldn't ordinarily turn it on without the receiver, because you never know, but I will just lift it up slightly and just turn it on. And the fan's not turning, so let's just flip that around a second. Oh, there we go, finally got it. Wow, that was super duper fiddly. Right, let's try it. Yeah, wow, that's spinning at some speed, that is. Brilliant. And that's that done, pretty much. Just a bit tidying up to do. And that's how to upgrade your ESC fan. I can't believe how hard it was to plug that. That battery stinks, by the way. I can't believe how hard it was to plug that in then. Not so sure I'm wonderfully happy how that cover's sitting on there, you know. It's not sitting. It's not sitting as I would expect it to. It's definitely kicking up more at that back end, but I don't think you're going to get it to sit in any better than that, because it's so tight. Well, it's in a fashion. We'll have to have a look a bit better on the basher if we're going to put it in there, which I probably will. That does look like it's sitting down a little bit better now, but it is just lifted very slightly on that edge, but I don't think you can really tighten it down any more than it is. There's a bit in it now. It is going down a bit more. Might just be the fact it's so tight. So look, yeah, that's much better. Right, let's just double check again, make sure that it's turning, it's not too tight. Oh yeah, super cool. And there you have it. That's the first part of the video. Getting an ESC fan fitted. If you didn't know how to, now you do. Simple as anything, eh? Right, on to the next. Okay, I actually feel really bad that we missed all that video footage. So, here's another MT8. This is my basher. This is my EXB. This has had quite a lot of stuff done to it. So, we're going to change the ESC on this really quickly, just to show you how to do it. So you've got 4 screws on top. There's your ESC plug, undo that. Yep, take your 4 screws out. Like so. Take the cover off. Oh, bless me. Like so. Pay attention to which way your fan sits. You'll notice the way that the blades are curved. There's actually a bit of grass in there. I'll take this opportunity to clean that out. There's quite a bit of grass in there. It's a bit dirty, but it'll be all right. Right, that'll do. Fan. So we're going to put the silver one in here. Just because, I don't know, it's a bit more silvery. In fact, I should have put the orange one in here. I've got the orange. Maybe I was supposed to put that one in my speedrunner. Oh well. Well, you know what? I've got an orangey one. Sort of goes with the Trio Servo Saver. Not that you see this. Well, once it's installed, you can't see it anyway, so... screws and sticky pad, which we won't use. Right, so yeah, this is the bit that I wanted to really show you. So this bit is completely flat, and that bit is like a bit ridged. So the fan blades want to be pointing, so they will look like this, which is not that way, which I would say that is the correct way. So that wants to be going into here, and it will fit in that way round like that. So the way to get this in that I found was to get that edge located in that side. And this is going to be quite funny because this doesn't want to fit in this one at all. It's hilarious. It is a bit fiddly to get it in, I'm not going to lie. Right, so I got it just like that. So that far end is in. And then we want to push this back end down into place, if you like. So basically sliding it down the plastic to get it in. It's not the best way to do it, but I think it's the only way to do it, to be honest. I think the angle on that's a bit too much on that attempt. So give me a little screwdriver and we'll just gently try and get that back out. He says gently. It is tight, there's no doubt about it. I think that was maybe a bit too much of an angle to get it to go in. The principle is there. Normally it's the typical scenario, like you turn the camera off and you can get it in straight away. So we want to get that. So it's just starting to go in on both sides. And then push that down. And we're almost there with that. Bit of brute force. I think we've got it. Alright, that's it. It's looking pretty good. Just give it one last little press down. It does actually look like it's gone in more on one end than t'other, to be completely honest. It definitely has. I wonder if I get a little pair, this is probably going to be dodge now doing this. It's not how I fitted the other one. Get some long nose pliers and just gently squeeze that in there. I'm hoping it will help. Watch the wires, you don't want to damage them. Yeah, that's definitely pulled that down. Right, that is super flat, that end. That one needs a tiny bit more. That's actually fitted. Seems to be in more on that side. That seems to have fitted a lot better than the other side did. That's for sure. Right, I'm pretty happy with that. That should go on okay. So much for it being super quick though. So and you just pop the cover back on. Screws back in. You can see a slight remnants of the orange sticking through the grill. Squeaky, squeaky, Mr. MT8. That's fully done up. I might take the other one back out and just give it a bit of a squeeze in, because clearly this one's fitted in. That's fitted in a lot better. What's the gap like on that side? Yeah, that's definitely sitting in there a lot better. So I'll take the other one back out, the Speedrunner, and just give it a bit more of a squeeze in, I think, because that has sat in there much better on that one. And if we go off the last one, it needs to sit. I can see now why it was an absolute shit to get it in. It doesn't quite sit. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky to get the plug in, I'm not going to lie. It wants to plug in the other way around. It wants to plug in. It wants to plug in that way around. That's the easy way for it to go in. But as we know on the last one, that was the wrong way. Let's just double check and see. Again, I don't like to plug this in without the receiver being in, but yeah, it's definitely the wrong way around. There we go. Listen to that bad boy rip. Beautiful. Job's a good one. You may notice on here my switch is in a different place to normal because I broke it and I had to put a new one on. So I decided to change the location. Because why not, eh? What else to do? Took the wire in maybe a little bit. It's not really the end of the world. It's never going to stay in anywhere that I put it in anyway, not with this thing this thing does. It's jumping and flipping and all sorts. So I just took it down the side of here. That will hold that in place, lovely. Job's a good one, there you go. I got to actually show you how to install it from beginning to end. Thanks for watching, guys. Please stay tuned for the next video, which will be how to install a Dumbo X10FG receiver and an EcoBoost servo onto an FTX DR8. And remember, if you like what you see, hit that like button. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.